Final preparations are underway at Piazza 4 Novembre in Perugia. This region was once a communist hotspot, but on this evening the spotlight will be on Giorgia Meloni. She's a top candidate of the populist right-wing party Brothers of Italy, and her fans are going wild.
We're excited and look forward to her arriving here.
Our Georgia is more of a friend than a leader to us.
Giorgia Meloni is taking the stage. The 45-year-old is considered charismatic, smart, and dangerous. And she knows just what her base wants to hear. She immediately goes on the offensive. She accuses the left of being aggressive and calls the EU incapable of tackling the energy crisis. And she claims Italy's last administration abandoned the people, but that she'll always put Italians first.
Let me explain our stance on migration. They've told you lots of nonsense about it.
Wait for them with a shotgun.
No, wait, I don't agree with that.
The right-wing nationalist strives to appear moderate, but she quickly makes clear what she wants. She'd like to see a more heavy-handed approach to immigrants from the global south.
They cause security issues, but you can't get the lefties to wrap their heads around that. They show solidarity with women who've been attacked as long as they aren't attacked by illegal immigrants. Because then suddenly the illegal immigrant is more important than the rape victim.
Many of her fans can't get enough of her straight talk. It doesn't seem to bother anyone here that many people in Meloni's party are supporters of former dictator Benito Mussolini, or that the flame on his tomb is her party's symbol.
In Italy, we should welcome foreigners in need, but we must think about ourselves first.
She's so passionate, so clear and comprehensible, even when she talks about complicated issues.
However, Meloni's critics warn the right-wing populist is impacting Italy and its values. Antonio Piccini is in the anti-fascist organization ANPI, which has a long history. And he doesn't buy Meloni's new moderate image.
Fascism never has gone away. It's still here with us. It's just changing a little bit the face and new makeup, but it's still with us.
This is Cagliari in Sardinia the next day. And Meloni is planning a rally here too. Cosimo Ladu won't be there, but he says he'll keep up to speed with how it goes. The Sardinian entrepreneur runs a cafe and 4 little hotels on the island. But he's very worried. First came COVID, and now exploding energy prices, and he's disappointed by politicians.
Every administration lets us entrepreneurs down, both left and right. We need a long-term plan, not just year-long campaigns.
Meloni's agenda is relatively vague overall, and her party has refused to play a part in any administration so far. But that might prove to be an asset, because many Italians want to see new faces in the cabinet. Like Mercedes Usai, she complains it's getting harder and harder to make an honest living in Italy.
I work for a private cleaning company in the Cagliari courthouse, but I'm also a substitute teacher at an elementary school. So you need 2 jobs to make ends meet. Just to survive.
It remains a mystery what exactly Giorgia Meloni has in mind. Does she really intend to renounce her party's post-fascist heritage? We try to ask her.
Miss Meloni, are you going to remove neo-fascists from your party?
The candidate isn't interested in answering questions this evening. But once she's on stage, a demonstrator confronts her, despite all the security precautions.
I want the right to marry and adopt children.
Okay, you want a lot of things. Everyone wants something.
It's hard to say whether the incident is real or staged, but LGBTQ activists definitely fear the far-right nationalist.
Our fear here is that we would go back in time, and instead of going forward in terms of rights, in terms of other type of progressive kind of mindsets, we would go back to an era that we fear, we dread the most.
Young demonstrators protest again and again this evening while Meloni finishes her rally under police protection. But that certainly hasn't put a damper on Mercedes Usai's spirits. Does it bother her how protesters are calling Meloni a fascist?
If they call us fascists, then just like Giorgia Meloni. I don't care.
And if a lot of Italians feel the same way, the right-wing populist has a good shot at becoming the country's next prime minister.